Hi guys, we are back with how to look good in every picture, part 2. The first one I did was out of my bedroom and I got a lot of response. I got a lot of requests to make another one. So this time I decided to show you modeling tips on a real set with a real photographer. Hey Emma. Hey. And I'm gonna show you a few more tips that I've learned throughout my career that helped me a lot to avoid very weird and awkward photos. Today Instagram is so advanced and photos are so beautiful. Girls know how to pose. So this is kind of a one-on-one from a model to you guys because I love you and I want to see pretty photos everywhere. Let's get to it. Okay, tip number 1, a mistake that I see all the time, and I'm actually trying to teach my mother not to do this, is the arm. Every time people take pictures, they squish their arm against their body. And I mean, I am pretty skinny naturally, so I don't have much to show you, but I find that even for me sometimes, like my arm will look really weird in photos and really big if I just squish it around. So I always recommend to take your arm away from your body and leave space. Not only does it make it look leaner, it just looks nicer overall for your body shape. So don't do this. Do this. Let it breathe. I feel like in a passion. I'm trying to find the English words for this. You know how like I'm sitting. Why? I can't. What am I supposed to do with this right now? Why now? I thought it's gonna happen towards the end of the day. Not so early. God damn it. Not even 12 p.m. Tip number 2 is a really famous pose now on Instagram and social media, and it's the hip hop. I love it, especially me. I don't have much to show, so if you got it, flaunt it. But I've noticed that a lot of women, they really go at it with the hip hop, and all of this get all it gets all squishy. You don't want squishy. No one wants squishy. I always recommend, just from my modeling experience, when we were shooting lingerie or swimwear, you always want to do this, but you want to make sure that your back is elongated and you keeping it pretty straight, but to make sure it doesn't look too awkward. And then you kind of create the right proportions where you get this as the main focal point of the photo, but this looks all firm. Another thing that I've learned, and that's something that I don't know where I learned it from, when you need to create a butt. Emma, listen up. Not that you need it. I need it more than anyone else. You know how girls sit on the bathroom thing? You see, this even doesn't work for me. Lost cause. So I find that a lot of girls that wanna kind of deceive the proportions, they'll sit usually on their bathroom sink. That's a thing, right? And they're just kind of bring this to the table. And it looks bigger than anything else. I don't think it works for me, but if it can work for you, I'm so happy for you guys. This was not an official tip. I just wanted to share this information I've learned. Not an official tip. Don't try this at home. No, do try it at home. Okay, tip number 3. Please ignore the coffee stain. I know it's there. The third tip is something that in general is very good to know for every girl out there. I mean, as I mentioned, I am petite in general, but I did have kids. Things have shifted, body proportions moved. I need to know these tricks as well, okay? There's this one thing when you sit. I did have kids and my skin has stretched. So when I sit like this, especially with the mom jeans that I like to wear every day, not a cute look. So you always want to make sure that you elongate the body. If you notice some of my beach photos on Instagram, or any time that you wearing a bikini and you ate or anything like that, and you just want to feel this, I just want to feel good, god damn it. Can a girl eat a burger, take a picture with a bikini? I always recommend to not just sit straight in front of the camera and this. You want to sit on an angle and really try to elongate your body. That's my mission in life, to look like a mermaid at all times. So you just sit and elongate, and this is I know it might look a little awkward, like you're trying too hard, but trust me, it makes sense. You just sit on the edge of a stool or a beach bed, and you just make sure that everything is stretched out. And ta-da! This, not so much. This, yes. Ready?
Valeria, quick, Valeria.
Oh! So yeah, definitely every time you see an opportunity of a little mermaid move, you go for that mermaid move. Tip number 4, we're doing the lean back. So this is a trick that is really great if you want to make sure that your legs look longer and slimmer. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. Emma, come! So what a lot of people do when they pose, like against the wall, they'll go with their backs against the wall, and it's a very subtle movement. I'm sure people don't do this, but whatever's closer to the camera will look larger. So you want to make sure that you take the right parts in and the good parts out. This makes the midsection and the legs look like the biggest part of the body, and you don't necessarily want to emphasize this. So what I recommend is actually popping your butt to the wall, and it's a slight movement, but what it does is that it puts the legs forward, so it's closer to the camera. They're gonna look longer and leaner, and it makes the midsection smaller. So it gives the right illusion. It gives the right proportions, and it makes your overall body look elongated. And that's it. Emma, wanna see how I used to take pictures?
Okay, let's see.
So after a while, I've learned that to avoid double chin, if you have one, you need to push your chin forward and go down a little bit, or you can go up. There's a reason why we take selfies from this angle and not from this angle, although you know how sometimes you open your phone and the camera is facing like to your face and you're just like, you don't want that in the photo. So make sure that you push your chin forward and you put your face down to bring this jawline forward. So I borrowed Emma's, what is it?
Superhero cape.
To show you this next trick. This is a great one actually, and I'm sure that if you try it once, you'll be hooked. So this is the waist. The old school modeling tips, or in general like posing tips, they always say to bring more emphasis to the waist, you put your hands on your waist. But this new age small waist illusion, you actually do the same, but you bring your hands more closer together. So the old ways is to put it just on your waist right here, but then the new way is to put it closer here, and then it creates a really defined waist. Yeah. So that's it, you guys. Honestly, if you're taking pictures, just enjoy, have fun, smile, be yourselves, feel confident in your body. That's the secret to a great photo, but hopefully these tips will help you to feel a little more confident. And obviously at the end of the day, right posture is everything. Any girl with a slouchy posture won't look her best in photos. So in general, always practice proper posture to make sure that you look ready to shine. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this part 2 of how to look good in every photo. Model secrets exposed. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Wow, that was like, I'll see you next time. Ta-da. Emma, how do we take this coffee stain off my pants, Emma? Just an FYI, I decided to keep these pants on for the rest of the shoot because, why did I do that? Just to show you the charm of being Valeria.